Today is Daily Cyber number 55. Now this is a little bit of a harder video. This is my third cut of this video just because it's taking me so long because there's a lot on my mind. What I've been watching was Gary Vaynerchuk today and really kind of thinking over my 5-year sweat equity plan. Right? One of the things that I was doing Personal Power 2, finished about 2 weeks ago, and this is just reminding me what I'm doing now is compounding to what is going to pay off in 5 years. It's not what's going to pay off in 6 months or 1 year, and it could. I'm not saying it's not going to, but my goal is for the next 5 years. I'm building right now for the next 5 years. And what do I mean by building? My education and what that's going to pay off in my whole lifestyle. Personal, professional, spiritual, education, health and wellness, my family, my relationships. How is it going to pay off all around? Right? And being in cybersecurity is something I enjoy. I enjoy technology. Anyone that's known me from the past knows that I've been dabbling with security. Actually, no, I haven't been dabbling. I was in security. I was in physical security when I was younger. I was working as a security guard. I was always kind of, trying to protect and learn about law and do all that from an early age. And transitioning into IT, and I then, when I was working a full-time job in 2001 to 2006, I was trying to look up CISSP. Just really didn't get into it, but I studied a bit. But that security path was always in my mind. But now, for me, it's the sweat equity. That I have a 5-year goal. I'm putting my sweat equity in. And the areas that I'm looking at, and I'm just kind of bringing back to what my 5-year plan is to do CompTIA Security Plus, Certified Ethical Hacker, and the Offensive Security Certified Professional over this next year to 2 years, on top of doing Python, programming, and Linux, to give me all areas and aspects when it comes to security, looking at how the overall concept of IT security and cybersecurity with CompTIA Security Plus, then Certified Ethical Hacking, and then OSCP is diving in deeper levels of learning how to compromise people, places, and things, right? And then from there, I'm learning Python, right? And I see, as I'm doing research, as I'm reading articles and I'm seeing news feeds, that code and application and looking at those compromises. So learning Python program, and the thought process of how someone would program something. Right? And learning that for me is very important, because then going forward, if there's a transition that people write more applications, more tools for securing and hardening applications, places, systems, you name it, I can understand how they're doing it, because then all of a sudden you know as well as I do, the definitions have to be up to date constantly. The software has to be hardened. What else has to be? New strategies of securing things, new applications, hardware, software is always coming out. So that application that's hardening things has to be updated, maybe even rewritten to make sure. So all that's a mindset between, programmers and security people and how to do that. So that's something, always in my mind too. And then learning Linux is something, just because Linux is one of the consoles, like in OSs for like Kali Linux, that you learn to do penetration testing and so forth, right? And running a lot of the tools. So 5-year goal is to have that strong foundation and keep developing on that. So what happens is when 5 years comes, and like it could happen the next year to 5 years, start working in the industry, start working with people, start working with companies and doing all that, then what happens, I have the foundation to do the right things and build a strong, relationship with myself and the career that I want to develop, so that in 5 years I can look back and go, oh my God, yes, this is exactly what I want to do, where I wanted to be, who I wanted to work with, the relationships I wanted to have, the travel I wanted to have, the company I wanted to work for, or even have my own company and the clients I want to work for, whatever that pans out, the revenue I'm making, all that balance comes out because I set the precedence now that I'm going to work for in 5 years. I don't need to have it right now. I need to make sure I get it in 5 years by doing the right work now. So I'm putting all this out there, and I'm just thinking all this and kind of going through all this is to ask you too, like, is that what you're working towards over the next 5 years? Are you doing the sweat equity now that's going to pay off in 5 years? Or are you trying to do short-term goals that are going to pay off in 30 days, 60 days, and you're stressing yourself out? Because you can tell me I'm not stressing out. Right? I'm having fun and enjoying it because I'm putting in the mindset that this is 5 years. The compounded interest of me doing the hard work now is going to pay off tenfold in 5 years. So comment below. I'd love to hear your comments on this video. What do you think? What are you working towards? You know, and what is your 5-year goal? What does that mean to you? So that's it for today's video. Don't forget, software is hackable, being connected is vulnerable, and I'll see you next video.